If you haven't been active or engaged on LinkedIn over the last 12 months, you've missed out on an amazing transformation. But the good news is it's not too late for you to get on board and catch the wave. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What are the rules of engagement? What is the new LinkedIn? For the last 5 years, I've built and managed professional networks here on LinkedIn for various types of clients in various verticals. And I've noticed three specific things, three specific rules of engagement that you should be following. So jumping right in, the first rule is positioning. If you're in business, what is it that sets you apart from your competition? What makes you different? And there's two types of positioning. There's the status quo. What is everybody else doing and looking like everybody else? And then there's authoritative. What is it that makes you different? The second rule that you need to be following is messaging. And let's jump into messaging because there are four types. There's the connection request. Now, if you are connecting to someone, I highly recommend you send them a personalized connection request. Hey, Jim, Rod here. Came across your profile. Looks like we share some of the same common connections. I'd love to connect with you. Okay, give a personal message. That's part of the positioning process as well. The second is the thank you for connecting message. Reaching out to someone right after you're connecting and just thanking them, not pitching them, for goodness sake, don't pitch them, but just thank them for connecting. Ask them a question. Hey, what's one thing about you that I should know? Or what's something about you that's not on your profile that it would be cool for me to know? And the third type of message is the let's chat message. That is the message that you send about a week to 10 days, maybe a week though, no more than 10 days after you're connecting. Some of my clients even do it within 3 days, where you are sending a message, say, hey, I appreciate your connecting with me. Let's jump on a brief introductory call. Guys, keep this less than 15 minutes. Keep it 10 minutes, and invite your audience to jump on a brief introductory call. There are lots of calendar type services. I personally use Calendly, C-A-L-E-N-D-L-Y, Calendly.com. I use the paid version, $8 a month, because it sends out the reminders. Then there is the did you know message. This is your ongoing messaging campaign. Now, we're just going to pause this for just a second, and we are going to jump in and kind of show you how not to be a pest. Don't be one of these, all right? That was a Google search. That's like all of those things popped up under pest, that one image. So if you were thinking about pitching your new connections in your network, just take a look. Which one of these best looks like you? The third rule, this is where you are able to build your audience organically, okay? You have to do this in the direct method, but the benefit of doing it is you are able to build an organic network. And the first way that you can do this is by video post. If you didn't know this already, LinkedIn does have native video. So when you come into your feed, for example, you can see video. Here's one that I did, and I just did a quick search to show you guys of a recent campaign here, LinkedIn Local Nova. When you're creating your post, by creating these hashtags, you can keep track of this. So this was a local meetup that we had here in the DC metro area. I invited all of my LinkedIn connections. We had close to 40 people there in attendance. That is an example of a way that you can engage with people. You can use video. You can use text posts. You can use images. But the first way, and this is really new here, are those video posts. I highly recommend that you keep these to no more than 2 minutes. 1 minute or less is best. Okay, you can, as you see, 6,141 views. I've seen some of my friends, hit over 100,000 views of their content. But it's about consistent engagement, and video goes a lot deeper on a personal level than a text post. So the rules, the ABCs of engaging, guys, is to be authentic, Tell things about yourself. Maybe it's, the work-life balance, if you're a single parent or if you're married with children, or a specific challenge related to your work. Share these, and, maybe ways you overcame it, maybe ways you're dealing with it, or even, ask your audience, challenge them here as you're being briefed. Challenge them. Hey, what are some ways that you were overcoming these? You can use the hashtag, as you saw earlier, to kind of track and follow this and ask your audience, hey, I challenge you. What do you do to overcome this specific problem? Or how have you dealt with this? Or what ways work to do that? Challenge them to get engaged and use a hashtag to go along with that. The second type of way that you can engage is text post. All right, text, you are limited to 1,300 characters. As you can see here, I went a little overboard with emojis, but was trying to make a point here, is that you can use emojis to separate the conversation. This is the way you get the person's name to highlight, to turn to blue. You use the @ sign and start typing their name. And then you can specifically mention them. They will get a notification that you mentioned them. Those are like bonus tips on engaging. This specific post was for our LinkedIn local event. As you can see, I did LinkedIn local. I referenced that, and I referenced the LinkedIn local Nova. So I can kind of track engagement and see what kind of traction all of these are getting. 151 likes. There is an unwritten rule. If you can get 15 likes and 15 or more comments in the first hour, LinkedIn's algorithm will expand your post reach into more of your second level's network. So your second and third level connections feed will begin having more access. So the more people see it, the more exposure you get, the more inbound connection requests, and the more people in your network and in the network of your network are able to get to know you. So the video post, the text post, and the last way we're going to talk about is to respond, is to get engaged. Okay, I had a friend here. She had 354 comments, 231 comments on this post. She is engaged, actively commenting and following up with people who are engaging with her. That's critical to your success.